sitting back there after the last performance. I was like, man, please don't call me up next. And then he called them up. I was like, oh, thank God. And then after that, I was like, oh, please don't call me up next. And it actually happened. So I'm going to read some shit off my phone. Can I just say that I love everybody here? Like this group, like about half the people that you are seeing up here tonight have been doing this like for like a year and a half, and it's just a really good family kind of. All right, so I was in a writing workshop about a month ago that we were talking about. Well, I'll just shorten it and say someone mentioned the idea of rain falling up. And I decided I wanted to write on that, and then like halfway through the poem, I ran out of ideas, and it just turned into this completely different thing. But so this is called Weather Pattern in Reverse. It begins with the first drop, crawling out from the riverbed, then another and another, collecting in a slow trickle, shimmying up the rocks, climbing trees inside out like a ladder, spilling out over the leaves, then rising toward the sky. Sheets of rain falling upward. The cloud belches anger and spits its electric drool. The cloud swells its bloated belly, then turns west from the trough to run back where it came from. The storm is a Venus flytrap folding itself back up, the whole beast of it crawling backwards. The storm peels itself off the east coast like a bedsheet. A pack of lions charging across the plains, whipping up their twisted dance of devils, scaring branches back on the trees, rubble back on the pile, then climbing up the mountains that try to fence them in, crawling back into the womb of the sky, even as the next pack of lions is already beginning its warpath, and the next cloud is already getting drunk, and the next drop begins its army crawl up the dirt, each one making room for the next, each storm like a strip of film spinning backwards on the wheel, but first it is lions, then coyotes, then dogs, each one smaller than the next, their consequence less destructive, like a reverse snowball effect. The land becoming more habitable, the seas receding, revealing masses of ruin and death and debris, then a cloud of dust blocking out the sun. A dense fog forms. A giant mushroom in the sky grows and then dies. The space above it goes blue again. Death crawling back in the bomb. Beaming up to an iron bird circling in the sky, bodies digging out from shallow graves, people rising again, undying, their buildings uncrumble. An old man in a suit and tie unpushes a button and the iron bird lands. The old man is a hero to his people. They trust he can do no wrong. They cheer as he walks out of history. They hold signs bearing his name. When they aren't looking, he disappears in the crowd. The signs go blank, and no one remembers who he is. The people sit on thumbs asking who he will be, asking when he will come, wondering which one of us will become him. This man with his finger on the pulse, this man who unpushes the button that brings us back to life. All right, I've read this a couple times recently, but I think I haven't read it here. So this poem is called Virginia is for Lovers. Did you know that Liberty University is in a town called Lynchburg? It is the only city in Virginia that never fell to the Union during the Civil War. That is the language they use. Fell, as in from a great height. One of the main roads through town is called Graves Mill Road. A mill is a factory that produces things. Have you ever wondered how a town gets its name? A town gets its name because of what happens there. Either that, or it borrows the name from the person who founded it. Have you ever wondered where the person who founds a town gets his last name? A last name is family history that is passed down through generations. A last name is a tool to help us tell two Johns apart. The first baker gets his last name because that is what he does. The first smith gets his last name because that is what he does. The first miller gets his last name because that is what he does. Have you ever wondered then if the first lynch gets his last name because that is what he does? Have you ever noticed if you look up the word lynch in the dictionary, there is no possible alternate definition for what he does? Have you ever wondered then how far back you would have to travel to not find someone named Lynch? Have you ever wondered how far forward?